In my hands, I'm holding the widely known Grojsman Accord, which I'll talk about in this video. I will explain shortly what it is and how you can modify it, how you can make it. On the screen right now, you can already see two formulas that I have saved. The very first one, which I call skeleton/feminine, is the one people usually refer to. It is where all the materials are equal parts, roughly. Super, Galaxolide, Hedione, and Methyl Ionone Gamma. Galaxolide is 2 parts here for me because it's at 50%. The other materials are pure. I am not a history lover, so I don't know too much about the history of this accord, but from what I've learned, this is a very well-known accord. It is used in many perfumes, and its usage is not just as a good smelling accord, but it can also be used as a base because of its diffusive and long-lasting character. Also, when I first smelled this, I thought it smells like some kind of cosmetic. It smelled very feminine and very captivating. I did not try to do much with it because I thought it's gonna overpower anything else in my perfumes, and also I did not really understand the concepts of bases and combining accords. But a few days ago I tried this with a chai latte accord, and it was just wonderful what this did to the accord. The accord itself was very gourmand, and I will share it in another video. But when I combined that gourmand accord with this Grojsman Accord, suddenly it felt like it's not just an accord, it became a perfume. It suddenly felt like this gourmand tea-like scent became modern and wearable. And I highly suggest that if you have not made this accord, you do, because it's honestly one of the well-known accords and you will not regret it. As you can see, there are 2 ways you could make this. Well, not just 2, these are the 2 I've tried. But as with any accord, you can modify them and make them into what you like. For me personally, Hedione and Methyl Ionone Gamma smell very feminine. I was on the Base Notes forum and I saw the idea that you could increase Super and reduce the methyl ionone in order to make this accord feel more masculine, since Super is a wood, and woods are typically more masculine than the floral accords. Now, if you don't have Hedione HC, you can just use Hedione, and that is actually the original material, I think. I use Hedione HC because it is more radiant. It's like Hedione, but more powerful, and I just wanted to try it, and honestly, it doesn't smell bad. Now I smelled it again, and for me, this mostly reminds of methyl ionone, but it's woody because of the Super, and I just love this scent. You could replace Super with timber silk or sylvamber, and maybe you could experiment with different musks instead of Galaxolide. But this, what you're seeing here, is the kind of classic Grojsman Accord. If you don't know where to start, I suggest you make a small batch of each. Try if you like the more feminine one or the more masculine one. And if you like any of them, put them in a larger bottle. Here I have put too little, but I should put more so it's not so empty. But put it in a larger bottle and try to combine this with other accords that you have. And you will see how you can transform a basic accord into something that smells like a modern perfume.